Hi everyone, this is Tina with Overall Adventures. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're talking about stream of conscious or stream of consciousness writing, what it is, the benefits of it, why you might want to do it, and some tips and strategies to get you started. So what is stream of conscious writing? Well, it's writing the first words or thoughts that go through your mind without actually planning or consciously thinking about what you're writing. So it's kind of an expansion on my word vomit video. If you haven't seen that, check it out above. So what are some of the benefits of stream of conscious writing? Well, first and foremost, it is a way to reveal or uncover thoughts, feelings, big emotions, small emotions, things you might not even realize you were thinking or feeling on the page. With that comes this kind of sense of a purge or a release, which ultimately I think leads to some sense of calm from this type of writing. Also, you've heard in meditation, this idea of practicing non-judgment or non-judgment of yourself, where, you let thoughts come in, you let the thoughts go, without kind of being angry with yourself for having those thoughts in the first place. It's kind of the same thing with stream of conscious writing. So we're practicing allowing our thoughts to just be our thoughts, and we're just writing them down as they come into our mind. With that, there's an increase in self-awareness, which is just I always think is just such a beautiful gift. So the more you kind of do this writing, in theory, the better you get to know, your truest, authentic self. And last but not least, a benefit of stream of conscious writing is that it's a rehearsal for reality. If we can practice kind of opening ourselves up and being non-judgmental of ourselves and not criticizing or editing ourselves in our journal, then maybe we can do that in the world as well. Now, before I give you some strategies and tips to get started, I want you to think about and maybe journal on, why do you want to do stream of conscious writing? What is it about this form of writing that's drawing you in or interesting to you? What do you want to learn from it? I'm not going to say goals, because this isn't about like getting to an end point. There is no like perfect way or good job way to stream of conscious write. It's more just like this is a part of a process of writing that you can work on over time. So why are you drawn to it? And maybe write about that and just see, start to explore a little bit what your intentions might be. So now let's get into some strategies and tips. I have 10, so let's do it. I think the best and most clearest way to start for a beginner is to set a timer or set yourself a page limit. So for example, this is how I would do it with my students. I would set literally a 2-minute timer and say to them, you cannot pick up your pen off the page. And if you just end up writing, I don't know what to write 100 times for 2 minutes straight, that's great. But we just don't want the pen to ever lift up and for you to think, having thoughts separately. Whatever you're thinking, we want to write it down as you are thinking it. So if it helps to set a timer for yourself, that's great. Or if you could just say, I just want to fill up this page or these 2 pages, and then I will pick my pen up off the page. That's a great starting point. Another good place to start would be starting a stream of consciousness writing session after you've had a big life event or a big emotion come up. Sometimes we just need that spark of where we can launch our writing, and sometimes we need big things to happen in order to do that. Is this traditional advice for stream of conscious writing? No, it's not. But I do think for a beginner, if you have something to start and to write about or something that you're feeling and something to explore, it's a nice place to jump off of. Left side of your page, typical journal entry where you are editing yourself, you're making it sound a certain way. Right side of the page, what would the same exact journal entry look like if you were really, really speaking from your truest, deepest self? So left side, edit yourself, right side, don't. Print out an image, preferably something that is thought-provoking or encourages you to ask lots of questions, and write on it. So you can tape it in one side of your journal, and then on the other side, just word vomit, let it go and write about what you explore in that image. It could take any form. There is no rules. Write a totally normal journal entry. Forget about stream of consciousness for a second. Write a totally normal journal entry, but go back and strike through or cross out every time that you self-edit. And you can even do like an arrow and write how you're really feeling in that particular moment. So we're just working with our editor here. Have a dialogue with your self-editor. I think this is so much fun. And as a theater person, I love scripts. I think scripts are so much fun to read. So imagine it just says like me, colon. You could ask yourself a question like, why are you always judging me? And then it could say editor, and then listen and write down your editor's response. Well, because you're not perfect, or because your writing sucks, or blah, 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 whatever your editor might say. And have a conversation with them, or maybe have an argument with them. Try writing with your non-dominant hand. There's something about writing with our non-dominant hand that can kind of free up or release this kind of like overthinking self-editor, self-critic that we put on ourselves when we write. No punctuation. Try it. Try absolutely no punctuation. One massive sentence that just keeps going and going and going. Because remember, part of the goal of stream of consciousness writing is to capture our thoughts at the speed of which we are thinking it. So you don't have time to be like, should I add a comma here? You don't got time for that. Just do it. One long sentence. Building off of that, it might be helpful to type your entry. So if you use a typewriter, lovely, or a laptop or a phone or something like that. But if you could type as fast as you think or write as fast as you think, you might get to that deeper, raw, authentic place a little bit quicker. Stream of consciousness writing is about the process and not about the product. So my advice would be, if you're brand new to this, don't go back and read it again, right? You might even want to destroy it actually, because it's about the moment of getting to know yourself and getting to know your truest thoughts and feelings. And just remember that it's a practice. There is nobody over your shoulder telling you that you did a great job or didn't do a great job, or you did it right or you did it wrong, or anything like that. It's like meditation. This is a practice, and it's something that you will continue to not improve on. You'll just grow. You'll just expand over time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was helpful. And let me know in the comments below, do you like stream of consciousness writing? And what are some tips or tricks that you have to share with the rest of us? Sending you love.